My child, put your phone down on your chest for a second. Close your eyes. Do you feel that? That heavy, rhythmic thrumming in your rib cage? It feels like a lead weight. It feels like you're running a race with no finish line on a track that's slowly turning into quicksand. You didn't click on this because you were bored. You clicked on this because you are drowning in a sea of to-do lists and expectations, and you're looking for a hand to pull you up. You're looking for permission to stop. I am here to give it to you. I am here to tell you something your boss, your family, and even your own reflection won't tell you. You are burned out. But you are not broken. There is a massive difference between a machine that has malfunctioned and a soul that has simply run out of fuel. Think about this morning. The way the alarm sounded like a physical attack. The way you sat on the edge of the bed for 10 minutes staring at your shoes, wondering how you were going to summon the energy to play the version of yourself that everyone expects. The productive you, the happy you, the reliable you. You feel like a fraud because you're doing the work, but your heart isn't in the room. You're answering emails, you're making dinner, you're nodding in conversations, but you're observing it all from behind a thick pane of glass. You feel numb, and the numbness scares you more than the sadness does, because you remember when you used to care. You remember when you had a spark. Now you just feel like a flickering candle in a drafty room, terrified that the next small breeze is going to put you out for good. You've been living in survival mode for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to actually live. You're overthinking every interaction. You're snapping at the people you love because your patience reservoir is bone dry. And then comes the guilt, the crushing, suffocating guilt that says you should be doing more, that you should be grateful, that other people have it worse, that you're being weak. Listen to me. The world has convinced you that your worth is tied to your output. It has convinced you that if you aren't grinding, you're failing. It has turned your life into a giant performance review. But I don't see a low-performing asset when I look at you. I see a masterpiece that is being handled too roughly. I see a garden that has been harvested for years without a single season of rest. You aren't failing at life. You are reacting to a world that was never designed for your soul's pace. I see the tears you hide in the shower so no one hears you. I see the way you scroll through your phone at night, not because you're interested in the content, but because you're too exhausted to sleep and too anxious to be alone with your thoughts. I see the emotional fatigue that makes even the smallest task, like folding laundry or returning a text, feel like climbing a mountain. You feel like you've lost yourself. You feel like the real you is buried under layers of stress and obligation. But I want you to hear this clearly. The fire hasn't gone out. It's just been banked. When a fire is burning too hot and too fast, the woodsman pushes the embers together and covers them with ash. From the outside, it looks like the fire is dead. It looks dark. It looks cold. But underneath that layer of ash, the heat is being preserved. The core is still glowing. The fire is resting so that it can burn again tomorrow. Your burnout is not a sign of your weakness. It is your body's holy no. It is your soul's way of pulling the emergency brake because you were headed toward a cliff. You think you are broken because you can't function the way you used to. But if a bridge is carrying a load that is 10 times its capacity and it starts to creak and groan, is the bridge broken? No, it is working perfectly. The creaking is the warning. The groaning is the signal to lighten the load. Your anxiety, your fatigue, your lack of motivation, these are not defects.
They are your internal navigation system screaming at you that you've taken a wrong turn. I did not create you to be a processor. I did not design you to be a 24/7 content-generating, money-making, problem-solving machine. I created you to be a human being. Emphasis on the being. Look at the world I built around you. The sun doesn't shine 24 hours a day. It sets, it hides, it rests before it rushes in. Everything in the universe has a rhythm of doing and undoing. Why do you think you are the only thing in existence that is supposed to be in perpetual spring? Why do you think you're a failure because you need a winter? Your current exhaustion is not a dead end. It is a sanctuary. It is a forced Sabbath. I am allowing this fatigue to settle over you because if I didn't, you would keep running until there was nothing left of you to save. I had to make you tired of the hustle so you could finally become hungry for the healing. You've been trying to build a life out of bricks and ego. I want to help you build a life out of breath and spirit. This burnout is the fire that is going to melt away the expectations of everyone else. It is going to burn away the shoulds and the musts until all that is left is the is. You are worried about your job. You are worried about your reputation. You are worried about letting people down. But what about the person you're letting down every time you ignore your own soul? What about the version of you that is screaming for a moment of peace? The world will not stop turning if you take a break. The stars will not fall from the sky if you say, I can't do this today. The people who truly love you will still be there when the fog clears. And the people who leave because you're no longer useful to them, they never were there for you anyway. They were there for what they could get from you. Let them go. Let the burnout show you who is real and what is essential. This is your turning point. Right now, in this moment of absolute bone-deep weariness, I want you to stop trying to fix the burnout. You can't fix it with another self-help book. You can't fix it with a better morning routine or more caffeine. You can't fix it by powering through. You fix it by surrendering to it. Stop fighting the waves and just float. Accept that you are tired. Own your exhaustion. Say it out loud. I am tired, and that is okay. There is a massive power in admitting you've reached your limit, because once you reach the limit, you stop trying to go further. You sit down, and when you sit down, you can finally see the landscape. You can see that the path you were on was leading you away from your joy. You can see that you were carrying bags that didn't belong to you. You are being invited to start over, not as a better worker, but as a more connected soul. The version of you that emerges from this won't be the same as the one that entered it. You will be slower. You will be more intentional. You will have no as a complete sentence in your vocabulary, and you will be infinitely more powerful. Because a person who has seen the bottom and survived it is a person who is no longer intimidated by the world's demands. You are being restored in the dark. Like a seed under the soil, you're not stuck. You're germinating. You're gathering the nutrients you need for the next version of your life. A version where you don't have to set yourself on fire just to keep other people warm. Take a breath, a real one, deep into the bottom of your lungs. You are safe. You are seen. You are held. The work can wait. The emails can wait. The world can wait. Your soul is the only thing that is urgent right now. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am just asking you to be. The heavy lifting is over for today. I will take the night shift. I will watch over the things you're worried about. I will keep the world spinning while you sleep. You have permission to let go. You aren't breaking. You're just finishing one way of living so that a better one can begin. The light is coming back, but for now, the shadows are where the healing happens. Stay here as long as you need. If this message reached you at the exact moment you felt like giving up, it wasn't a coincidence. It was a rescue mission. You aren't alone in the dark. If you're ready to stop performing and start healing, comment, "I am resting." Save this video for the days when the productivity guilt tries to steal your peace. And remember, you are human, and that is more than enough. Rest now. The morning will know where to find you.